We have another trade to announce. As part of a deal to be finalized later, the Atlanta Hawks are trading to the Brooklyn Nets the draft rights to Drake Powell, the 22nd pick. And with the 24th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Nique Clifford from Colorado State.
So this is the Kings selecting Nique Clifford.
Yes.
Look at him, wearing the purple. Incredible.
Yeah, the Kings didn't even have a first-round pick.
He knew.
They traded in for him.
Yep, he knew. I really like Nique Clifford. I really like Nique Clifford. I did not have him in my 3 people because I feel like people kind of had around 18. I feel like a lot of people had him higher sometimes. I like him because I think he's a do-it-all type of player that can fill a lot of roles on the basketball court. Bruni is of the impression that it's not translatable, and I can understand some of that sentiment, but I just think he does too many things well that it's hard not to have anything translate. Like, he can shoot a little bit, he's streaky, but he can shoot. I think he can play make a little bit. 4.5 assists per game at Colorado State, and I think also he can finish well. So in a way, I wouldn't say he's fully a 3-level scorer, but I think he has the ability. He has the ability to do a bunch of things good, nothing really, really well. But I think that when he figures out in the NBA what he can and can't do at a better rate than other things that he does, I think he'll end up being like a 3-and-D type player. He's not going to be the best defender, but I think he's going to be a good defender, and he's not going to be the best shooter, but I think he'll be a good shooter. And with that being said, it's just a guy that I think has a high floor, and I think that that's what you're taking here with Nique Clifford.
Yeah. And I don't hate Nique. I'm at 26, so it's not like I see the polished offensive game. Like, he's really good in the mid-range. Like you said, all 3 levels he can do it. 65.6% at the rim in the half court and gets to the line. Honestly, his effectiveness in ball screens was really, really promising in terms of a processor, in the 91st percentile there. Good decision maker, all those things. He was 24th in the country in defensive rebounding percentage. So again, he checks off a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. I just don't know what translates. I don't know where exactly this goes from here, because this is the NBA where you kind of got to find a skill and find a role and stick to it. I don't love the volume for his career from 3 is not high enough to where I'm really buying it. I also don't love the mechanics of the shot. And then he's not a high level like defensive playmaker. He's not blocking shots. He's not a huge steals guy. And at Colorado State, he obviously didn't play like high level competition. Now, he did beat Memphis in the tournament, which he deserves credit for.
Mm-hmm.
But at 23 and a half years old, not enough dip on this chip for me to really get excited here. Good player.
Never say that again.
Good player, but I can't get excited about this.
But I don't think he's a player that you need to get excited about. I think he's a player that can come in and just be a player that is good in the NBA. He's not going to be the 4th best player on a team, but that doesn't mean that he can't be a high level contributor on a bench unit or as a 6th man or something like that.
I kind of compared it to Dylan Jones in last year's draft, which Dylan Jones just won a championship. Shout out to Dylan Jones with the Thunder. But then like other comps was tough. Like I was like Torrey Craig, Derrick Jones Jr., something like that. If he can, Torrey Craig's a great defender. Derrick Jones Jr. is kind of a versatile player. Again, good defender and can do some things. So I do think a lot of this comes down to his defense.
Yep. I like the pick. So
shout out
you just don't like the player.